Hey friends, I have some leftover bolognese, some leftover meat sauce. So I'm gonna show you, it's been sitting in my fridge for like a day or two and I'm like, okay, I gotta do something with this. So I'm gonna turn this into rigatoni al forno, which just means rigatoni in the oven, you know, translate it one by one. So if you have some extra sauce, this may be a really quick, easy dish that you can whip up together for your family, or of course you can buy the sauce or whatever you want to do. So I'm just going to show you how easy it is to throw this together, and let me know if you're catching this live and where you're joining us from today. So it's just a baked pasta dish, okay? So when you cook your pasta, just take it out like 2 minutes, like you still want it to have a bite, because this is going to go in the oven. So I have 1 pound of rigatoni right here, and then we're going to use our leftover sauce. Okay, we're just going to put it right on top. Whatever we got, it should be enough. All right, so whatever favorite sauce you have, this is a bolognese. You can just use a tomato sauce with no meat if you want to make this like vegetarian or whatever. So let me move this. Okay, so we're going to mix this all up. And while we're mixing this up, just to add a little bit of creaminess, okay, we're going to add a little bit of heavy cream. If you wanted to, this is very simple. When I made my lasagna the other day, you can do a bechamel sauce, but I already did that, so I'm just going to use some heavy cream. It's just like a little hack to turn this into like a creamy tomato sauce. All right, and then in Italy, we even add like chopped ham. You can add hard-boiled eggs sliced in here. You can add peas. You can do whatever you want. But I'm keeping it simple, so I'm kind of turning this leftover sauce into a super easy dish tonight. Okay, so now that it's all mixed up, we're going to add a little bit of cheese inside of it, right? And then we're going to add a little bit of cheese on top to bake it. So we have our mozzarella here. I have a little bit of provolone, whatever cheese you got floating around in your house works. All right, we're going to mix this up. And then we're going to add the cheese on top. And then you just bake it. And that's it. And dinner is done. Dinner does not have to be complicated. I'm very big about repurposing leftovers. And pasta is cheap and feeds a crowd. But you can go as fancy or as simple as you want with this, okay? So now we're going to push all this down. Make sure you have some kind of sauce, right? So otherwise the pasta will dry out. So I may add a little bit more of heavy cream, just to make it a little bit saucier. And then I feel like it needs a little bit more. So here's what you do. Here's my tip, okay? When you're cooking pasta, let me show you. When you're cooking pasta, always reserve a little bit of the pasta water. You never know when you will need it. So I'm just gonna add a little bit because I'm gonna bake this, so it needs a little bit more moisture, just because I don't have a lot of sauce. So there we go. You can season this however you want, whatever works for you. There we go. Now we got some more, it's a little bit more liquidy. And then you just cover this with, I shredded some fresh mozzarella. Put it right on top. I'm gonna add a little bit of Parmigiano and call it a day. And dinner is done, my friends. By the way, this 9 by 13 inch pan is the craziest nonstick pan I've ever, received from Pampered Chef or purchased. It's not available quite yet to the public, but there is a way to getting it. Okay, so let's get some Parmigiano, shred some of that right over here. And then in the oven it goes. And this is how quickly dinner can go in the oven. It's a really cheap meal. And by the way, I'm a big Aldi shopper, so I love their kind of a little bit more elevated pasta. It's really good pasta dish. So anyways, this is it. Just want to show you what we're having for dinner tonight. Rigatoni al forno. It's going in the oven. If you want to know how you can get the 9 by 13 Brilliance Bakery line, just send me a message and I'll make sure you hit follow. Okay, let me know.